I like to envision my day like a pie chart. Hello, Transurfer, and welcome to TransurfingTV. I am Renee Garcia, and this is my video on self-care and productivity. And I am going to tell you a little bit about my routine and why I am able to get so much done in my day. And it just keeps getting like more and more and more. I actually had someone email me the other day and they were like, how are you doing all this stuff? You're manning the Facebook group, you're making videos on YouTube, you're doing the Instagram thing, you're giving lessons, you're running courses, you're doing free webinars. I mean, and it is remarkable. I will even say for me, my threshold of productivity has absolutely skyrocketed since I really began to understand the value in creating. Let me just draw it out for you. I think that'll be a little bit easier for everybody to understand. So I like to envision my day like a pie chart. And I know this is going to sound super extreme, so I'm not by any stretch of the imagination trying to compel anyone to do exactly what it is I'm doing right now, because it is extreme and I have built up to this place. I can exist now in the center screen for probably about 8 hours at a time and be super, super, super productive. Like I could center screen it for about 8 hours and probably get done what I would have been able to get done in about a week in my pre-transurfing reality. So I like to view my day as like a pie, right? A pie graph or a pie chart. And in the past, you know, I'd have something like this. I'd have work, and I'd have self-care, okay? Self-care, and I'd have leisure time. This is like Netflix and eating and talking with friends, and you can see this is like kind of a big, and my spelling is really bad, guys, so if I ever spell anything wrong, well, I don't really care, but my spelling is super bad. So work, self-care, leisure, and then like sleep and other, right? So this was kind of where I was at before. And yeah, I could get stuff done, but I wasn't getting a huge amount done. I was getting some things done, and I was spending a lot of time hanging out, and I would, you know, get adequate sleep, and I would self-care. But this is kind of like my normal mode. Well, in the last, I would say 6 months, my pie chart has changed absolutely. Like it is crazy. And again, I am not recommending this to anybody else. This is something that you must work up to, and you guys are going to think I'm a maniac when I show you this, but this is kind of my pie chart now. And I know all of you are going to say, hey, what about your boyfriend? Well, he kind of comes in the self-care. This is my pie chart now. This is work, right? But it's not work because it's work and leisure now, because I have created something that I can both support myself and have passion for at the exact same time. So the leisure part is almost completely cut out. My leisure now is my quote unquote work. This is my transurfing stuff, this is my jewelry business, this is my real estate, or any of my other entrepreneurial endeavors that I partake in a daily basis. So this is, and remember when I say work, I put it in parentheses because it's not so much work, it's also my leisure. The other side is my self-care, okay? And this is it. This is really it. So this is, oh, that writing, you can really not tell, can you? Okay, this is work and this is self-care. So this is how I live now. The self-care, what is incorporated in that is sleep, you know, romantic stuff with my boyfriend. I don't know what to say exactly. I didn't want to just say sex. Sex with my boyfriend, sleep, you know, anything grooming, baths, taking care of myself, going to the dentist, anything that has to do with keeping myself maintained, working out, all of that stuff. And this is pretty much it. So how did I get to this place and why am I in this place? First of all, I want to tell everyone that's watching this, like, WTF, what the hell is she doing? This is bonkers. I am not by any stretch of the imagination trying to say that this is a maintainable place to stay and to operate from. To have just work and just self-care is not maintainable. It does not allow for time with my family very often. It does not allow for, discovery of other things, or, things like walking in nature, all that kind of stuff. That would fall into the self-care category. But really, I kind of just attribute anything that I encounter to one of these two pieces of the pie, and anything else, I'm like, it's out of here. But that is just for now. And the reason that I'm doing this right now, for those of you that followed the 2020 ITI Goals and Doors book exercise, I have some pretty substantial goals for this year. And I am really putting all of my energy in to seeing these goals come to fruition. Now, I am doing this with absolute heart and mind coordination, so it's easy for me. I feel well rested, I'm eating well, I'm self-caring a ton. So this is really the mode that I have learned is available to me if I do in fact decide that I want to jump off the high dive and go after a huge goal and pump all of my free energy outside of my self-care into this new goal. So some of the things that I do for self-care to keep me really in a place where when I decide I'm going to center screen and go into my work mode, I am as productive as I possibly can be. Again, I eat an extremely healthy diet. I get at least 8.5 hours of sleep every night. I meditate. I do the transurfing meditations. I have a sauna at my home and I am very active with my sauna. I jump rope now. I do yoga. So I really just switch back and forth all day long. This is kind of my day. I wake up in the morning, I self-care, then I work, then I self-care, then I work, then I self-care, and it kind of just goes like that. Maybe, if I've had a really, really productive day, I'll watch a little bit of Netflix in the evening before bed with my boyfriend, and that's about it. And I've been running on this mode for, I would say, the last close to 6 months, and it's pretty amazing the evolution of my threshold of stress and being able to take on more and more and more and more. So the more I do this, the more efficient and effective I am in this. And it helps me to understand better ways that I can care for myself. And I see this directly translate into this category here, the work category. So they kind of just work hand in hand. And this is my absolute number one mode now for getting something done. I can break from this, but then I go back when I'm ready, and I have systematically trained myself that these are the two pieces of the pie that I feed. So do you think this is crazy? I'm curious to hear everyone's thoughts on this. How much are you self-caring? What does your pie look like? How can you be more productive in your work hours? And how can you translate self-care into being more productive. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts, everyone. Please like this video and comment below. I love reality transurfing to win some of these. And yes, I'm so curious to hear if you think I'm nuts for doing this. Very curious indeed. But thank you so much for watching my video, everyone. Bye.